Hey everyone, it's Michael GoosebumpsFan. Today I'm going to be doing another thing like Goosebumps video. You're probably burnt out on these. I'm sorry, I'm kind of burnt out myself on recording so many of them at one time this last few days. But I think this one will be kind of worthwhile for some people who have an interest of creepypasta and how it's kind of like the modern day Goosebumps for kids, even though it's not really for kids because of the gore and the insanity. Anyway, this is a review for Slenderman, the original story from 2010 that was posted on lots of different places. Apparently the author of this story is anonymous. It ain't the best. I've kind of said this in the past, in some of the other videos I've done about creepypasta so far. The thing with Slenderman, the only time that Slenderman has ever genuinely gotten to me is when he was the least Slenderman-esque that he's become or that he's been for a while. Of course, this all kind of started from like a picture contest, and I think somebody wrote out this little short story, creepypasta, horror tale. And the tale itself is fine. It's what it ended excuse me, let me try that again. The tale is fine. It's what it's ended up becoming over time that I don't like as much. Slenderman is something that two girls have tried to kill a friend over in real life. You know, Slenderman has become this really crappy CGI thing. I haven't seen the film. I'm referring to the newer games like Slenderman, The Arrival, or whatever it was called. The one that I watched Markiplier play. It was beautiful graphics, but it was a terrible game. Maybe I'll talk about that sometime. I don't know. But the original game that came out, called Slender, was amazing, and it was terrifying and fun, and it had really crappy, like, PlayStation 1 early PC graphics. And I love it. I think it's fun, it's creepy, it's atmospheric and eerie with all the sound effects and whatnot. The whole turning around and seeing Slenderman peeking out of trees looking at you, that's really well done. Looking for 8 colored pages or 10 colored pages. I think it was 8 though, that you're looking for in this like weird woodsy area. When you go in that little random bathroom thing, that was spooky. The short story, not so much. The short story really doesn't have a whole lot going for it. It's literally, I'm going to try to be as spoiler free as I possibly can because it's a very short story. Maybe 2 pages long, maybe 3 at the most. Essentially a girl wakes up in the middle of the night and she wants a cup of coffee and she goes downstairs and checks the deadbolt on the door, and that's locked. She looks through the eye hole, she sees something kind of spooky, and that's kind of it. Her just kind of walking away from the door. That's like the whole story. And the ending of the story, the whole ending of the book actually, or not book, but the short story itself, the very, very ending, I actually think is kind of haunting and memorable. The descriptions of Slenderman himself are not so much, in my opinion. I think, again, the first video game that ever came out called Slender is really the memorable thing, in my opinion. The discussions of whether this is an actual urban legend or not, which I don't think it is, I think it was kind of started by the internet in general, that whole concept is interesting. The story is not the great. It's kind of fine and decent. It's about as bland as some creepypasta can get. But again, look at what it's become. How has this become such a big thing? Maybe it's some of that artwork people have made over the years and kind of put on the internet. That stuff can be fascinating for the most part. This not so much. And I hate to be so like shut downy towards people who love Slenderman. It's not an attack on you, it's just that I don't think the story is all that great. Again, I haven't seen the film, I haven't played really many of the games for that matter. But my small amount of experience and my small amount of observation for what it's become over time, like again, with the 2 girls trying to kill their friend in real life over Slenderman, hoping that he would bless them. It's this evil satanic thing. That's about all the appeal that Slenderman has for me personally, whether it comes to the story or anything, is just outside stuff. The story itself is not horrendous. For a creepypasta, which is basically not really fan fiction, but it's online fiction, not really edited or anything, and to be published anonymously, this is okay. I don't hate it. I really don't adore it or love it. It's just kind of fine. It is what it is. If I had to rate this story, Slenderman, written by Anonymous, on a 5-star basis, I'd give it like a 3 out of 5 stars. There's not really much more to say about it. It doesn't really have a whole lot of substance to it. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of this Slenderman mythos that you see online has been built upon and built upon by many different people who have just kind of built this urban legend with rumors, not so much canon, or canonicity for that matter. I don't know what the film did. I don't think the film did anything. It wasn't that great. It's still not that great. I know there's some other Slenderman stories out there. I don't know if they're written by the same anonymous person or not. I'll look into it. I'll try to do some reviews at some point, maybe coming this week. I don't know. But for now, this is what you get. 3 out of 5 stars is really all I have to offer this. I don't really recommend you go out of your way to read Slenderman in case you want to. I mean, that's kind of cool. I mean, it's pretty much considered legendary and iconic and classic, even classic with quotation marks for me, from many fans of creepypasta. And you like what you like. You know, there's Goosebumps books people love and adore that I don't understand the complete praise for. But I guess it's the same thing with now, with this generation that love creepypasta. Anyway, what are your thoughts on Slenderman? Do you love this? Do you hate this? Do you think there's another story out there, or a video game, or even the movie for that matter? Do you think those things are better than this story? Would you recommend any of them to me to check out, especially the stories that I could read during the week or something and do a video on? I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. I know the creepypasta website that I looked at this and read this story from this week on Friday, I know that they have a couple of stories linked at the bottom that are considered under a title or subcategory called Other Stories About Slenderman. I don't know. Maybe it's worth looking into. And again, I'll put the link down below for you to check out the story yourself if you want to. For now, thank you for watching. May the Lord Jesus Christ bless you guys today. And if you have another creepypasta type story you'd like me to read online, please let me know down below. I'll totally check it out if you let me know the title of it. Anyway, thank you for watching. God bless you, and goodbye.